Right, so I'm with Michael Weir, doing a interview following up the survey on TikTok's impact on body dissatisfaction. Thanks for doing this here, Michael.
No problem, man.
So I'm just gonna go through the questions again, just the stuff that you've already answered, and just kind of get more in-depth answer.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna start with your age.
22.
Sweet, cheers. And have you ever used TikTok?
Yep.
Are you aware of the body dissatisfaction rise in the last decade?
Yeah, definitely.
Have you been reading up on it on like Facebook and stuff, or just kind of
Not reading up on it, but just kind of you just notice them kind of things yourself in everyday life kind of thing.
fair point, man, fair point. Do you currently use TikTok?
Yep, yeah.
And how long would you spend on it daily, do you think?
Oh, at least 3 hours a day. Like,
So you're addicted to TikTok essentially?
no, it's a routine that I've kind of got into now with lockdown and stuff. You find yourself more on your phone. So whenever I wake up, I usually an hour flies by the time I figure out what I'm going to do every day,
Hmm.
and I kind of just sit in TikTok. And then I've kind of through the day here and there, I'll kind of pull up my phone and then the same last thing at night. I
Yeah,
kind of look at it just because it's one of them things now that's just become the norm with lockdown coming
fair point. I suppose COVID changed everything
in.
quite
Yeah,
badly. Do you feel like content creators on TikTok use their bodies to get more views?
yeah, definitely.
How come? Like, like, does it just provocative clothes, or is it just kind of?
It's all. I think it's not just the clothes. Like everything's kind of provocative in a sense. It's like the a lot of the dancing videos now. You notice a lot of them are like. There's one in particular. I can't remember the song, but every time you see it, it's just a girl jumping up and down. And
Mhm.
you're like, you're kind of, and like, I'm sure there's young ones that are doing it as well, so you're kind of like, I don't know whether TikTok's definitely on it, but it's not something that's good to
Good to see.
be seen, because then it's creating expectations for the younger generation on what they think
Mhm.
should be desirable, and they're going to think that kind of a
Yeah.
sexualized relationship is going to be desirable, so it's kind of practicing that from young, because a lot of young ones do use TikTok.
Mhm. Definitely. Have you ever wanted to become a TikTok creator?
No, no,
Yeah. Not your cup of tea.
nah, man, not for me. Like, I just still watch it.
Great, fair enough. So like, have you felt that you can't become a TikTok creator because of the size of your body? I'm assuming probably not, since you didn't want to become a TikTok creator.
Not so much, but it's one of the attributes that would kind of go along with it. I think there's certain boxes that, in my mind, I would wish to take off if I was doing it.
Hmm.
And definitely, I think being attracted to a wide audience, definitely, it seems to be how people grow faster. There are, not to say there's not channels out there um, that don't go about it the right way and just kind of be themselves and become popular. There is a lot out there, I'm sure, that have did that, and ones that I do follow that have did that, but I'd say
Hmm.
there'd be less chance of that happening in comparison to somebody who just kind of shows up wherever they have body wise and then just kind of goes from there. I'm sure that kind of grabs in a bigger audience than anything else.
Yeah, it's basically like a shortcut kind of to fame type of thing.
Yeah, exactly, man.
Yeah, definitely. Do you think people feel bad about their bodies after watching TikTok videos?
Yeah, definitely. When I'm sitting down top of Ben and Jerry's, I look at myself and go, Jesus, big man, run, go run now.
I love the humor in this here, but no, it's like I totally agree. Like it seems to be a rising issue, and like see after like looking for the surveys and what people answer, there's not a single person that said they strongly disagree with this here answer, and that there has to be a reason for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I think it's like as well, like again, just introducing the the whole coronavirus and the lockdown and everything. Like you've got less chance to go out and do all your kind of stuff. I know you can do your stuff inside, but a lot of people find it hard to kind of self motivate.
Yeah.
So it's kind of without all that sports air and for your coaches to be by your side to really push you for it.
Hmm.
I think the Gabriel definitely has got that little bit unfitter over lockdown, but at the same time, it means then whenever you do watch somebody that is still definitely at their peak or their fittest, it
Yeah.
means then you do kind of think to yourself, "Oh, geez, I should have been training then. I should have been doing this. I should have been doing that.
Hmm.
I'll remember when I was like this." It's more, I think, it's one of them things. If anything, now it'll affect people a lot more than it would have, say, 8 months ago before coronavirus hit, just by the circumstances everybody's been under.
Definitely, definitely. Do you think female content creators are expected to look a certain way by their audience?
I don't think it's expected, but it's become the norm. As such, like it is expected to a degree, definitely, but
Hmm.
I think it's just become normal if you don't see somebody that looks a certain way. Like there's like find it yourself, man. We all play like Xbox and everything else,
Yeah.
COD and all, and like you go on the TikTok and you see girls that are like, you know, oh, this is what girl gamers actually look like, and you're sitting there going, no, it's not. Because I've seen boy gamers do the same and go, this is what boy gamers look like, and I'm looking at myself going, nah, mate, we don't.
I know what you mean. Like that's, although do you think that's kind of more worse for females than it would be males? Like, because obviously, like boys, like yes, they might be expected, but they wouldn't have as much of expectations as females, or do you think it's kind of equal?
Well, I would have always debated that it was more for females, and I'd say definitely would be, but I think that there is a rise for the expectations of what males look like and everything. Like, so I think it's definitely coming along. Females definitely body image and stuff is definitely ahead of the male still, but
Hmm.
I think the male kind of image of what you're meant to look like and stuff, I think that's definitely starting to catch up with in the last few years, and TikTok definitely has, I think, had a had
Right.
a impact with it. The same as any social media, that's what I think. Been
Yeah.
given social media to keep in contact with others, but we've actually used it to drive each other further away. So it's
Hmm.
kind of interesting that fact.
Yeah. No, totally agree. So, can you describe a female content creator who's most likely to become popular? Use like as many key features as you want. Just kind of actually give me
Are you
four main
sure?
ones. Four main ones.
Gotcha. I'll try and keep it PG. So there's the right boob, the left boob, the right ass cheek, and the left ass cheek.
That is the most used answer throughout the whole
Oh, really?
survey. Yeah, that is the
There
most
you
used
go,
thing.
man. Perfect. No, I don't know. Sometimes I think it's definitely like body. We use the two parts of the body. We both, well, not have to say it, we can both think up there. But like, I think for any other key features, I think it's like there's a lot like sometimes there is to do with like a hobby. I think that definitely. I know that's not a physical feature. It's more of a kind of personal or hobby kind of
Yeah,
feature.
that's
But
fine
like
as well. Yeah.
definitely, whenever like you see somebody doing something different, like say you see like a girl gamer, you're like, oh, okay, is this what I'm talking to over the screen? Doubtful, but right, okay.
Hmm.
But then again,
Interesting.
as we were talking about earlier, it drives the expectations
Yeah.
of whenever you're talking to somebody, you're like, oh, they must look like that, and it's never the case in a sense. But
Hmm.
like, definitely, I think they're like everybody always seems to be like, I don't think I've ever seen anybody, man, with acne problems on TikTok.
TikTok.
It's just so they all just seem to as if they all live in Venice Beach or something, man. Just I know,
Yeah, it's
carved out of
kind of
stone
showing
by
off a
angels.
lot.
Yeah, and even like ones that are just like, oh, whenever I was younger, I was a guest, and you're going, aye, but you're not now. Like
Hmm.
it seems to be just confidence. Not even looks or anything else, just confidence. Like I've seen people getting likes for just saying absolutely, coming out with absolute crap, really.
Hmm.
And it's just, I think confidence is a big factor in it. I think everybody can see confidence,
Yeah.
and it's the thing I think people find attractive, especially now with lack of confidence with body image and everything else. But I think between looks and confidence is a big thing. Personality in TikTok doesn't really seem to matter too much. Like there
Hmm.
is ones that do teach. There's one I watch and he teaches science and stuff. He does live streams, ask him son, and he
Yeah.
explains it in depth, really incredible, and he's really interesting. And I tell you, he's not got a six pack, but he's really, really interesting to listen to. But there's not too many like that on it.
Hmm.
It's kind of he's putting in the time and the effort. He's on every night for like 3 hours, answering people's questions. Like people that are just, doing a video, a dance video, or whatever else,
Hmm.
just to kind of show off whatever they've got. Like they're not kind of that's not real they're not grafting as much for the followers and
Yeah.
the kind of audience that they're trying to portray to, whereas somebody else that is. But
Hmm.
I don't know, it's kind of definitely a difficult one. But I think between kind of like body and personality in there somewhere. But like a lot of confidence does seem to go along with TikTok as well.
Yeah. No, definitely. But that's again comes into like kind of the shortcut for like people use their bodies for a shortcut rather than actually producing good content. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like it's not to say there's nobody out there actually doing that. There is a few, but like you'd be flicking for a good at least like half an hour on TikTok before you find somebody who's actually interesting. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Definitely. No, 100% agree with you. Let's see. So the next question is, it's the same for males. Like, how would you describe a male content creator? It's like more likely to become popular.
Okay, like it's just the usual. Like I fucking flicked the other day, man, seen some guy dressing.
Hmm.
He was dressing himself, man, and he got. I know, like it was over 100k likes, anyways, and I was just dressing himself. That's all he was doing. He was sticking on a shirt and everything else. And I was like, if I could do that, man, I'd stick the phone in the corner whenever I'm getting ready for work. You know what I mean? Stick it on up. Like it's not really. So it's like I think that video proves your point completely. Like it's that
Hmm.
guy didn't even speak. You couldn't even see his head for the first until the last like 5 seconds until he walked towards the camera at the very end. Otherwise, it was just him putting on a shirt and putting
Yeah.
on his trousers. I don't know how that's content like, but it's interesting.
Hmm. It's more
You
of just
know
showing
how
off your bodies type of thing.
yeah, literally like the 100% because he didn't speak, man. He could speak and it could sound like Elmo Fudd. You know what I mean? It doesn't really
Yeah.
matter.
Fair point. Do you feel TikTok is safe for teenagers below age of 16?
I don't know. Like I definitely I think it's safe whenever it comes to um well, it'd be safe towards everything else, but I think like mentally,
Hmm.
like physically, it'd be safe obviously because there's that barrier between virtual and real. As much as I don't think younger ones like realize that there is that barrier there these days, just because they've been brought up in it so much that it's
Yeah.
kind of becoming alright. It feels like real, so it must be real.
Hmm.
But I think emotionally, I think it definitely must be kind of dangerous for the younger ones.
Definitely.
Um, just because you can imagine like this is now set in the norm, so they're going to have these expectations. They're going to expect this type of way and stuff.
Hmm.
Like, so I don't know. I definitely think it. What was your question again? Sorry.
So, like, do you feel it's safe for teenagers
Oh,
below the age
safe.
of
Yeah,
16?
I couldn't remember. I was going on dangerous, and I was like, I don't think I said dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah, safe. No, I don't think. Like, it's emotionally, like, and kind of mentally, I don't think it's too safe. I don't think it'll do too much kind of damage, but it's one of them things like how many parents are monitoring how much a kid is watching or
Hmm.
what a kid is watching. So, like, I think it will definitely have an impact of some sort, and it will be a negative one.
Yeah. See, I feel like it's often like like young kids forget that, like, yes, maybe like you're 14 watching a video and then you see like it's like a 22-year-old with, like,
Yeah.
that shape of body, and they're like, well, why don't I look like that? That's like they often forget like
Yeah,
the
like
age
yeah,
difference is like 10 years almost. You know what I mean?
yeah. As much as sometimes like you don't think of it, there's a lot can happen in 10 years. Like, and it's one of the things. Like I remember whenever I don't know about you, but whenever I was like that age, man, I had no care, man. I didn't get Facebook until I was about 14, 15. I just didn't care, and even when I did have it, I didn't use it. It
Hmm.
was more like some of the stuff that you see kids wearing these days, man. I'm going, geez, I used to just run about in like a
Yeah.
2002 Manchester United away kit.
Yeah, I know what I mean.
Like,
So it is also like in the rise of like media and like mobile phones and stuff like this here is causing
yeah,
more
I
issues.
think
Like,
it's just another level of social media. Like
yeah.
Facebook and Instagram were doing a great job of kind of demoralizing people in a sense. I don't see why TikTok had to jump onto it, but I suppose it's not what it was made for, but it's just how it's been used. But definitely, like I think it's going to have a negative impact as well socially. So I suppose yeah, physically, yeah, both ways. Physically, actually, then it will because like people are going to start, as you say, like 13-year-olds are going to look at how the 22-year-olds dress and how they act and how they present themselves and everything, and they're going to, in a sense, mirror that because let's be honest, what young person doesn't want to be famous or popular? You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. No, I 100% agree with you. Like, it will be becoming an issue, but like, so another question would be like, do you think TikTok has a positive or negative impact on body imaging and like or body satisfaction overall?
Definitely negative. Like I think that's like anybody that says positive man must be Stevie Wonder and mustn't have ever actually watched TikTok.
Yeah, no, like I totally agree. So like there was a piece of research that like was carried out on Instagram, and it's like you said, Instagram, like there was less of connection between like like looking at people's images and then body dissatisfaction. So I feel like, would you feel like TikTok is probably worse than Instagram, or like what would you say like? So what I'm trying to ask is, would TikTok be like one of the worst apps for it, do you think? Or is there like worse social media platforms such as Facebook or Twitter that would be worse? Or which
I
one do you
don't think
think?
Facebook's too. It's like it's not great anymore, but I feel like people are using it to write a lot more,
Hmm.
obviously, than Instagram, say for instance, or TikTok, because it's more of a um kind of video rather than able to kind of write something. Like nobody really reads a description like in this. Like it's something you watch a video and you go, "What's that here?" You know what I mean? You don't really read the anything else about it.
Yeah.
So like I don't think out of all of them, I don't think really like Facebook's doing the most harm anymore. But then again, I think it did start it in a sense. But between it would definitely be between um Instagram and TikTok. But I think I know I want to say TikTok, but at the same time I'm trying to actually think of a reason that would actually validate the reason for it because like as much as Instagram would just feel like you don't see like it's all about Instagram's depending on the pages that you follow, I suppose. That's why
Yeah.
like I don't really see too much stuff that I don't want to see in TikTok. Like if I decide I go on I just want to see architecture stuff, like most of my stuff is just what I follow, so it's just architecture, it's just buildings.
Mhm.
Like if you get turned on by buildings man, you just need to check yourself out. Like but you know, it's what like you just kinda so I use it for that mostly, but TikTok I suppose um you don't have that same type of
It kind of
I don't know
shows you
what the
whatever they think is like
yeah
popular at the minute. So like obviously people who are doing like these dances and like showing off like their bodies and stuff,
yeah
they're gonna be top because
you
that's what
have a
people
lot
like
more
to watch.
freedom.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like a lot more freedom as much as freedom's good. At the same time, like sometimes TikTok's maybe showing you what you don't need. Like for instance, if I was doing like a bit of work and I decide right, I'm gonna go take a break for like 10 minutes and go on my phone, and
Hmm.
I'm looking at other buildings and stuff that other firms and that I've been interested in are posting up on Instagram. I'm like, oh, I'll give me an idea, right? That you know, it's motivation and inspirational at the same time.
Yeah.
Whereas I don't think I've ever had motivation or inspiration from TikTok in any way. It's
Hmm.
kind of more of that kind of dissatisfaction feeling where you kind of feel that kind of bit of guilt, as you say, whenever you see somebody that's like just fit as a fiddle, you think to yourself, oh, geez, I'm sitting here playing Xbox or doing this or doing that.
Yeah.
Like I think it's definitely TikTok would be, and it's more for the reason that you don't really. I know you can go on the people that you do follow, but it doesn't do that automatically. You have to select that. So it's as if the app's telling you like, ah, I know you follow these people, but it's grand. We'll find you more.
Hmm.
But like if you follow them like and you're interested in them, surely that'll be the ones that come up first because that's how Instagram do it. They don't show you the random stuff in the search first. They show you the ones that you followed.
Yeah. It's kind of yeah. No, definitely. I totally agree with you. No, that's perfect. Thank you very much for the answer, Michael. Really appreciate your
No, you're
time.
right, man. No, you're grand. Don't worry about it.
Thank you.